So this is when you implement your plan as you write it in before week 6. So again, this is worth 30%, and you need to submit it by noon on the Tuesday in week 13. So the word limit on this is a little bit more sort of because what matters here is the evidence of the implementations. That's what we really want to see in this assignment. So we're looking at a 500 to 15 word reflection and feedback document with links to 2 to 4 implementations or implemented digital marketing resources that you have developed throughout the semester. So I'm saying 2 to 4, and that's because if you're working alone, we're looking for 2 distinct different implementations, 3 if you work as a peer and 4 if you're working as in a group of 3. If you go on Canvas, there's a list of potential implementations there that you can look at if you're uncertain about what I mean by implementations. Of course, a tweet is not an implementation, so we want a little bit more than that. Building a website, that's an implementation, for example. So your portfolio that you submit at the end must also include either a 3 to 5 minute video or a 6 minute or 40 seconds Petra Kucha presentation. So I'll tell you more about the Petra Kucha format a little bit later in this video. So if you work in a pair of 3, you have to submit both the video and you have to do a presentation, or someone in the team needs to do a presentation. While if you work as a pair or alone, you can choose either one of those. So you implement and you then need to submit your portfolio. The portfolio must include links and screenshots and other points of evidence to the things that you actually done, the strategies that you actually implemented, and then some short reflections on how your implementations performed in accordance to your plan. So that's where those 5 to 1500 word reflection comes in. So that is it is not, this is not a report assignment. It is a portfolio, and what you produce in written form in addition is just a reflection on how your implementations went. We also want you to include the evidence of the feedback and the comments from your mentor and your SME, or your SME rather, and of course in addition to the visualization of your implementation, either in form of a presentation in week 12 or a video. So the assessment criteria for assignment 2, first of all, 25% is for how you're executed the implementations. So that's just the quality and standard of what you're implemented in and of itself. And then 25% is for the reflection. So how did these implementations go according to your plan, and evidence of value creation for the audience from your implementation. So we're looking at how you're reflecting back on how you said in your plan, this is going to create value for my target audience customers in this and this and this way, and then you will reflect on to what extent it actually did that. Now, when you look at these 2 criteria of evidence of implementing and reflecting on how it went, how successful you are is not what we're marking you on, and it's important that I stress that. It's not, this is not a measure of how successful you were. It's a measure of how strategic you thought about it, and how strategically you were able to reflect on how things went. So if something flopped, if it failed, great, as long as you as long as you're able to reflect in a sober, consistent way on why did it fail, what did you do wrong, and what would you do different next time when you do this again, so that you demonstrate that you actually learn something from it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is university, it's higher education. We're interested in evidence of learning. So I think that speaks for itself. 15% is for the reflection of feedback. How you demonstrate that you reflect on the feedback that was provided by the SMA or your mentor. 35% of the mark is then on how you craft your visualization, either through the video or the Pecha Kucha presentation. So you will then choose one or two of your implementations to focus on. So in your visualization, you will then outline how you went by producing this implementation, what you did, what the purpose of it was, and then further how your implementation then created value for the target audience. And again, for this assignment as well, you get a 5% bonus mark just by showing evidence in the appendix that you of the feedback from your SME or from your mentor. Again, with it's got to have the name and the contact details and all that sort of stuff in there as well. So quickly about the visualization options. A Pecha Kucha presentation is Japanese invention, is a very specific format. You should have as little text as possible on your slides. No text is perfect. Just images, and it's you need to time the slides. So it's got to be 20 slides, exactly 20 slides, and they have to be timed to change automatically every 20 seconds. Which means that you got to rehearse your presentation quite a bit on forehand, so that you know exactly what you need to say towards each one of these slides as they flip through. So the best presentations, you would not use any cue cards or read anything. You would just have rehearsed it so well that you can just stand there and you know exactly what you need to say for each one of those 20 slides, and how to fill those 20 seconds. So yeah, there's a Wikipedia site there where you can look at a bit more information about what Pecha Kucha is. The other alternative is to create a video. Now, we do expect that it's a requirement that you are somehow seen and heard in this video. So we don't just want like someone flicking through a PowerPoint presentation with some glaring music in the background. We don't want proprietary software with a massive diagonal watermark in the middle and a robotic arm and a robotic voice squeaking through some nonsense. We want you to actually be in that video. It doesn't mean that you need to have like a talking head video, like an instructional type video like the one I'm delivering right now. That's not what we're looking for, because it's not a lecture that you're delivering. It's a visualization of your portfolio. But you got to be in that video, be seen there somehow, in some form or sense. You're seen in the video if you draw with your hand, for example, with robotic hand, and you're not seen. Most people choose to show their face. But yeah, so plan it ahead, right? Use a storyboard. It is not, this is not a course in digital media, so we don't expect you to be a whiz in. You're not getting marked on how professional your video look. People get high distinctions from filming the whole thing on a mobile phone. But where people lose marks and fail is when it is basically not audible. We can't hear what you're saying. That's a massive common area of failing. So make sure that the sound is good. If you're going to do filming outside, think about external microphones and stuff like that as well. Quite often a mobile phone will record better sound than what a laptop will. So plan ahead, experiment a little bit, and make sure that when you record that you know that the sound quality is going to be good enough or at a high standard, I would rather say. So as you look at this slide here, there's a few of the comments from, it's a survey from students in the past that show what they thought about the assignments in this course. So we can see that 85% of students from semester 2 in 2020 thought that the assignments taught them how to put theory into practice, which is a very valuable skill. So most students really learn this from doing these assignments. Assignments will also improve your strategic implementation skills. It will the completed assignments will directly impact your future employability. So 80%, 8 out of 10 of the students last year, or about some 71 to 79% last year or in 2020, felt that completing this assignment directly impacted their future employability, which is quite good. Assignments are complex and challenging, so you can see students actually do agree with that. But if you look at the other items here, you can see that more than 80% are proud of what they build for themselves. So this is not about some random uni assignment, it's about you building resources for yourself that improves your future employability. So enjoy your assignments and good luck with them. They are difficult, they are complex, but you are creating value for yourself by completing them.